it's not optional. I mean, you will either move there or you will watch your wealth lose its value as the people who put their money there appreciate. I mean, just think about it. If you have $1 million and you put them in a currency that's constantly depreciating, where somebody has $10,000 and puts them in a currency that's constantly appreciating, it's only a matter of time until they overtake you. And people are not stupid. They will realize this and they will want to move forward. So when I talk about Bitcoin adoption, people think of it as being like, say, Apple iPhone adoption. It's very nice and very cute, and then people will buy it. But I think that's not the model for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more like gunpowder adoption. If you think about it, did the French army have a choice whether they should adopt gunpowder or not? Did they decide, no, you know what, we like to keep it real with sticks and stones and swords, and we're not going to use gunpowder? If any army that decided to do this, it didn't matter, because then another army with gunpowder would come and take over France. So eventually, everywhere in the world ended up with gunpowder, either because people adopted it or because it was used against them. And I think Bitcoin is like that. Bitcoin is like financial gunpowder. It's the safest way of sending money halfway around the world, the most secure way, and it's the hardest money that we've ever invented. So it's not something that is, whether we should or want to, or whether people, we try to win people over. And this is why my book is not marketing for Bitcoin, because I don't think marketing for Bitcoin matters. At the end of the day, this is economic reality. The harder money will win. Gold beats silver, and I discussed this in my book, not because there was better marketing for gold or there was better propaganda for gold. It beats silver because of economic reality. Gold grew at a much slower rate than silver. The value of silver declined, and I think this is really the case with Bitcoin, I think.
Crypto family, welcome back to the channel. Aaron here, coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video today. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We have new cryptocurrency videos coming out every single day. And we're going to be giving you an update on the crypto and Bitcoin market. It does look like something massive is coming very, very soon for BTC. And we can see right here from CryptoCon. He says 2 things you should know by now about Bitcoin is the bear market is done and the bull market is here. And he says, yes, the real bull market. 2 to 3 year supply activity skyrocket and is now pivoting. So what we've seen in the past with this chart here is this is the total supply last active 2 to 3 years ago for BTC. Every single time it peaks and then starts to drop, that is when the bull run happens. You can see right here, it was peaking back in 2016. After it dropped in early 2017, we went on a massive bull run. Same thing happened in 2021. We hit a peak here around March of 2021, around COVID, as you can see right there. And after that, it went down and we went into a massive bull run. And currently we're at that phase where it could be turning around. And if it turns around, we could see another massive bull run coming very, very soon. So that is something to definitely pay attention to. And as you can see right here, the SEC says that the judge's ruling that XRP is not a security was wrong. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Please put it in the comment section below. Do you believe XRP is a security? Is it a commodity? Or is it something else? The SEC is obviously pushing back, but the judge said that XRP was not a security and it's potentially even a commodity. Leave your thoughts in the comments about that one. If you didn't see this, there's been some hate amongst Bitcoiners versus Bitcoiners. Plan B is being attacked by the Swan Bitcoin team. They're attacking his model that he created a couple of years ago called stock to flow model. It's been one of the most famous models in the history of Bitcoin models, to be honest. And Swan doesn't like this. You can see the CEO here, Corey Clipson, is saying, hey, the stock to flow model is basically nonsense and it doesn't need to be out there and it's overall not good for the space. And in my personal opinion, guys, I don't really see why this is such a big deal. He just created a predictive model. Obviously, people know that it's probably not going to play out the way the model is predicting, but it's actually interesting. And I think it did bring a lot of people to the space. And I do believe Fidelity was looking at stock to flow a couple of years ago just like in some of their meetings about potentially adopting Bitcoin. And I don't think the stock to flow is something to like look at and be trying to invest off of what the stock to flow says. I mean, I think most people think that Bitcoin is going up and to the right in the Bitcoin space. And I think stock to flow shows that, but it kind of like gives these pretty precise price points for Bitcoin over certain periods of time, which is kind of like you don't know how that's going to play out because you don't really know what the demand of Bitcoin is going to be. But I think it's a decent model to look at. But for some reason, the Swan team does not like it. But I do want to hear what you guys think about stock to flow. Put that in the comment section as well. And this is the stock to flow model that Plan B created. And basically what it does is after every Bitcoin halving, it seems that Bitcoin does a 10x. It adds a zero. You can see back here in 2015, it was around $100. Then around 2018, it was around $1,000. I'm sorry, $10,000. And then in 2021, it was around $100,000. Didn't get there. And then around 2025, it's going to be around $1 million. So it's definitely not very precise, and it's been very wrong here in the past, but it's just a model, something to look at. It does show Bitcoin goes up and to the right, and this is something that I think most Bitcoiners think that is going to happen. Like Bitcoin will go up and to the right because of the monetary printing. And another chart that we like to look at, the Bitcoin Bros, is the Bitcoin rainbow chart. It's actually really cool. Like you can see what zone we're in for BTC. Right now, we are currently in the buy area. We were in basically a fire sale a couple of months ago. But as this goes up and you get to maximum bubble territory, you may want to look at taking profits off the table. And that's kind of how the rainbow chart works. But just another predictive model, and it doesn't mean it's always going to be correct in the future. And this one was actually recreated because the model actually fell below the Bitcoin rainbow chart, but they recreated it a little bit. So models change, and you cannot take a model as investing advice, so don't ever do that. But they're always good to look at to see what like the state of the market is right now, or if the model actually worked. So rainbow chart's been pretty good though, since it's been created, in my opinion. And here's a model that probably won't change. This is from Dennis Porter. This is his favorite Bitcoin price model. This is guaranteed to never stop, and it's going to go up and to the right forever. And this is the M2 money supply. This is the money that our federal government prints. This is going to continue to go to infinity as they continue to print more and more and more and more and more money. And it's very interesting if you actually look at this chart. You can see it took them like 100 years to get to around $16 trillion in the money supply. 2020, that's what the money supply was around. And then you fast forward just 3 years, and we've already added another 6 trillion to that 16 trillion. So the money supply is actually going faster than ever before. So this is something that could make assets like Bitcoin explode in the future if this continues to go up. So it's not sustainable, guys. You can see this trend here is going up and to the right forever. So assets will continue to go up, and the dollar will continue to devalue. It's just basic math. And if you want to take a little bit of a Bitcoin bet, you can do that right now with GBTC. It's been trading at around a 25% discount versus Bitcoin. And you can see basically since 2021, it has been trading at a discount. So you could buy it now. It's at $22,000. Wait for it to potentially get back to Bitcoin's actual price and then sell on that. And that may never happen. If we get the Bitcoin ETFs, this may help the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, so you could make a little bit of a bet here if you want to. Just wanted to share that with you guys, something that is pretty interesting that is actually at such a huge discount right now. And then also check this out. The U.S. government sells another 8,200 Bitcoin on-chain data confirmed. So they have over 195,000 Bitcoin in a wallet, and you can see they just sent 8,200 of those Bitcoins, and people are speculating that they are selling these Bitcoin. And the U.S. government would actually be smarter to just hold this Bitcoin. It's going to go up and to the right forever. But they probably will end up selling all of this and getting the cash out. And this may push the market down a little bit, but this isn't going to stop Bitcoin at all, guys. This is just more FUD. This is just more noise. Michael Saylor will eventually buy all this Bitcoin that the U.S. government sells if they do end up selling it. So this is just FUD in the Bitcoin Bros opinion, but definitely could put some pressure on the market to the downside. So that's all I have for today's video, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more videos in the future. Really appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end of the video. Hit the thumbs up button and like it if you found any value. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.